Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we are going to discuss two bottles that I just refuse to buy. Now, this company has a lot of money, so no matter what I say, it's not going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt their pockets. I don't have that type of influence anyway, but I just cannot see myself buying these two new special releases because they're just offensively expensive. I mean, it is crazy to me. Like the last expensive bottle, and no, it's not Buffalo Trace, that I thought was just ridiculous was the Millennium. At what was it, $7,500, something like that. That is crazy to me, man. Even the Double Eagle Rare, that is crazy. Would I love to have a pour? Yes, but come on, man. And look, we are going to go over some of this. I guess you could call them an NDP. We're going to go over some of their other bottles. And, you know, shout out to Jason C, because I was watching his video. And this is kind of what sparked this video. Because when I saw the prices, I had to look at the screen again. I'm looking at my phone. I had to look at the screen again. I was like, there is no way. So I'm going to give you the first hint. Yes, they most of the time have a horse on the bottle. There are several companies out there that have horses on the bottle, so that might not help you too much. Second hint, I'll give you the mash bill. So 74, 18, 8. Hopefully that starts pushing you in the right direction. The juice is distilled in Bardstown. Now I'll give you a couple guesses before I pour myself some of the glass. They are known for high age stated stuff, and we know that in this day and age, especially with the bourbon boom, high age stated stuff is hard to come by, especially for a decent price. But thanks for checking out the channel. Now I would love for you guys to go over to bourbondropstore.com. You can get all of the latest and greatest bourbon news. Don't forget to check out the blog. It's got recommendations for all classes of bourbon drinkers, and you can get this heavyweight hoodie. I know it's getting hot, but you can also get this black Bourbon Drop tee. Now, I've got some new products on the channel. You guys check out these new flasks. I think they will make a great addition to any round of golf or any event. Calumet Farms typically puts out some pretty good high age stated products. However, they are coming out with a 17-year, 117 proof straight bourbon and an 18-year, 118 proof straight bourbon. My favorite of the Calumets that I have on this table is the 16. I think the 16 has this just ridiculously, I would say, concentrated cherry note. I love that note when I get it in Four Roses. It's almost like that either cough syrup or candy. Some people equate it to a cough syrup. It can be both to me, like that cherry NyQuil, that cherry candy. I really love that note in the bourbon. I think that might be my second favorite note to get behind banana. But anyway, these bottles are beautiful. Gold, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not gold clad, like actual gold clad or clad in gold, but they've got these golden labels, and I'll put the pictures up. They've got the numbers on the bottle, and I saw that the 17 had bottle number, no, it was 17 that had bottle number blank of 3,000. So the new 17 year that's coming out, which costs $3.99, by the way, so $400. It is going to be only 3,000 bottles, okay? And the 18 year, I didn't see a number on that, but I can't bring myself to spend that much money. These companies, look, like I said, Calumet has a lot of money. These companies, I feel like they're taking advantage of the bourbon boom now, because you see Buffalo Trace has raised their prices. The bourbon boom is kind of calming down a little bit. I feel like the companies, either it was done, you know, purposefully, that they hopped in kind of late because they wanted to see where the trend was going, where the market was going, and then they could say, hey, well, you guys are willing to pay this on secondary, so that's why we're charging this price. But I just cannot do it, man. I am tired of being raked over the coals. There is nothing wrong with you not producing your own stuff, but it just, to me, it just gives it that extra little when you produce your own stuff. But I understand, I get it, but they've got this 15, they've got the 16, now they've got the 17 year coming out, and they already have a 17 year on the shelf, but it's like a 17 and 7 blend. And I think it's around 89 bucks. Actually, the cheapest bottle that Calumet has is an 8 year for around 50 bucks. Depending on what state you go to, I think I saw it at the Virginia ABC for $51.99. But they have the 18 for $4.99. That is $500. I cannot see it. Look, could I do it? Yeah, I could do it. Would it hurt my pockets? No. But at the same time, I like to open the stuff. And I have a channel, so I like to give you guys my thoughts and my reviews. But I just feel like $400 and $500. Yes, they are ultra-aged whiskeys, but that is a waste of money. Now, look, if you have the money to do it, hey, great. If you want to do it, hey, great. I am not saying anything like, you know, don't do it or trying to make you feel bad. But I can't do it, man. I'm sorry. And there are probably a lot of people out there just like me that are saying the same thing. We just can't do it. It feels like a waste of money. I've never had a bourbon in my life that I've drank and said, wow, that is a $500 bottle. Never. Like, not once, ever. And when you think about it, so Jason C even did it, but I think Jason C did the 15 against the 17. He may have done the 16, but either way, he didn't think it was worth that much more money. Now, you still can get the 16 on the shelf at the Virginia ABC, and I see the 15 in Maryland, but you still can get the 16 on the shelf at the Virginia ABC for around $1.60, all right? So just think about it. That is $240 more for 1 year older. Yes, I know it's a bottle of 3,000, but $240 better for 1 year? I mean, come on, that's like what? $100, I mean, $10 per, no, 20, I'm trying to do some math here. Is that $20 per month? Yeah, that's $20 per month better. I don't think that that's going to work out for me. And then you start talking about the $500 for 2 years. So now you are going to go up from $160 to $500. So now we're talking about $340. Now don't try to get me to do the math on that, because you see how I butchered the other one. But an 18-year-old product for $500 when you can go and get a 16-year-old Calumet, if you are really into their stuff, just really makes no sense to me. Especially when it's just, I think Jason C said it was marginally better. I can't remember. I watched the video a couple days ago. But look, I just felt like this was something that I may have needed to get off my chest. I just feel like these prices are just all over the place. You've got company, and I'm not saying Calumet is gouging, but you got companies out there that are just gouging and raking us over the coal. They see where the bourbon boom went. Now it's kind of cooling down. And like I said, I feel like some of these companies are like, you know what? If I release it today at 150, somebody would buy it on secondary for 300. Somebody would buy it on secondary for 400, 500. Now, Calumet doesn't have like that much of a following on secondary, so I don't know what they were thinking. But look, let me get into this glass real quick, because I'm smelling the cherry and I got to get into it. But like I said, this is something that I just needed to get off of my chest. Please put it in the comments if you guys plan on buying the new Calumet 17 or the 18. And like I said, I am not trying to make the people out there who are going to buy these bottles feel bad in any type of way. Me, myself, I just can't do it. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head into a drop. Till next time.